In solos, Marathon doesn't give you second chances. If you're not playing Assassin, you're already losing control. And by the time you realize it, your stash is already gone. And if that sounds dramatic, good. Because solos punish timing, not aim. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why Assassin controls solos, and how most players are setting themselves up to fail before the match even starts. In squads, Assassin is solid. In solos, Assassin is him. Hello, you beautiful people. I'm Cam, aka Kalua, and today we're talking specifically about solo play in Marathon. Not team comps, not coordinated pushes. We're talking about you and the decisions that you make in Marathon before the load screen. Solos are rewarding in their own way. You can play at your own pace, your own style, and you get all of the loot. But solos punish mistakes harder than any mode in Marathon. And that's where the Assassin quietly pulls ahead. There's one Assassin advantage that people are completely overlooking. I'll save that for the end. And once you see it, solo fights are going to feel very different. Once you understand these four things, solos stop feeling random, and they start feeling controllable. Solo play in Marathon isn't about raw power or aim. It isn't about being the best mechanical player. It is about map control. It is about knowledge. The more map control you have, the more knowledge you have. And with that comes advantages. Advantages that will allow you to surpass the competition. In solos, you don't have backup. You can't afford to make a mistake. You don't have trades. You don't have someone covering your advances. When you learn to do the following, you're going to see your stash value skyrocket. Choose when a fight happens, get information before engages, having an exit when things go wrong, and punishing players who overextend. Any shell that can't do those things consistently is going to feel volatile in solo play, even if it looks strong on paper. I'm looking at you, Triage. Assassin, though? Assassin was designed for this. This next part is why Assassin wins fights it should not win. The most important detail in solo play is the ability to choose to engage or disengage on a whim. If you've ever died and thought, I never even had a chance, this is why. Assassin's entire kit revolves around this. Do you see the enemy first? Chances are, if you land the first shot, you're going to take the win. And let's not forget that a win means loot. On the flip side though, if you're seen first, the Assassin has every tool you'd want available to you to quickly disengage and reposition. In solos, that is what control looks like. The ability to have an answer to every possible scenario. And once you have this kind of control, solos stop being scary. They start being predictable. When you have control, the tempo of the entire encounter belongs to you. Most solo deaths don't happen because of bad aim. They happen because a fight started at the wrong time. Assassin minimizes that risk, and that feeds into the next segment. If solos feel unfair, it's not because you're unlucky. It's because you're fighting on their terms. Assassin is the only shell that lets you decide when fights even happen. And this is where Disengage Safety becomes everything. Most players think leaving a fight is a weakness. In solos, it's usually the smartest move you can make. Safe disengagements are a pillar to extraction shooters. Sometimes, the smartest play is to literally not fight. You have so much loot you don't want to risk a potential high reward. In solos, being able to say, this fight isn't worth it, and actually leave is a massive advantage. This is where we're going to see a lot of contrast in other runner shells. Destroyer commits hard, but how does he get out? Triage heals other players, but wait, where are the other players? Assassin? Assassin has options. Disengaging doesn't mean that you're a coward. It means that you have discipline. And discipline means more extractions. More extractions means more loot. The best solo players aren't the ones who win every fight. They are the ones who don't die in bad ones, because they use every tool available to them. It isn't cheating. Use what you have. This is where a solo assassin stops needing fair fights. Assassin doesn't need sustained pressure. We only need a single mistake. A single mistake quickly translates into a successful raid. Luckily for us, solo lobbies are full of mistakes. Overconfidence after a kill, bad reload timing, greedy looting or looting out in the open, poor positioning after an engagement. Assassin thrives here. Once you start recognizing these mistakes, solo fights get way easier to read and easier to win. Punishing mistakes is just something that you learn over time with experience. With invisibility comes great responsibility. This is where most players pick the wrong shell for solos. This isn't about Assassin being the strongest shell overall. It's about fit. Fit to the game mode of your choice. Recon shines by sharing information gathered. Destroyer shines by engaging and having backup. Assassin shines when you're alone. Think about it. Invisibility, smokes, and repositions. It combines safe engagement patterns, lethal punish windows, and safe disengages. That combination doesn't exist in any other kit, and in solos, it's priceless. This last advantage is subtle, but it decides more fights than aim ever will. Mental pressure. I like the analogy with racing. When you're behind someone and pushing them, they will inevitably make a mistake. The same applies for marathon and solos. The thought of an assassin lurking in the shadows is powerful. Uncertainty is powerful. When players think an assassin might be nearby, they slow down, they hesitate, and they make mistakes. Mistakes that we then capitalize on. Assassin doesn't just affect fights, it affects behavior. So, if you're solo queuing in marathon and you want consistency, Assassin is him. Not because it's flashy, not because it's broken, but because it aligns perfectly with what solo play actually demands. If this has helped you out, drop a like. And if you want more marathon breakdowns like this, consider subscribing. It means the world to me. See you in the next one, runners.